Good evening and welcome to our English news. Deputy Prime Minister Johnny Kwanabo has departed for France this week to begin the second round of negotiations with France over southern maritime boundary, Madiu and Under Islands, reported by Jamie Brown.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister responsible for this high-level negotiation, Johnny Kwanabo, left the country this week to Paris to begin the second phase of talks with France. Mr. Kwanabo told VBTC News that whilst there's potential challenges to overcome in this upcoming negotiation, he is confident that Vanuatu could reach an agreement with France to claim sovereignty over its southern maritime boundary and the two islands located far south. The negotiation will last for 3 days, with first rounds of talks starting off June 29th to 30 and 1 July. The second phase of talks is considered very important as it will reveal France's true intentions regarding the maritime boundary that Vanuatu is trying to take back. VBTC News understands that the government has emphasized that these second rounds of negotiation will be Vanuatu's final attempt to resolve the issue diplomatically with France and regain its maritime boundary and the two islands, and if no agreement is reached, Vanuatu may take the matter to the highest international court, ICJ. Jamie Brown, VBTC News.
Italy is looking forward to contributing to the pre-COP31 meeting, which will be held in Fiji in October to discuss climate change issues. Italy's ambassador-designate Nicola Lerna made the remarks while presenting his credentials to the president of Vanuatu. Anita Joe reports.
Video. Okay.
Ambassador-designate Nicola Lerna told those gathered at the State House this week that Italy recognized efforts in the fight against climate change.
We look forward to the coming 15th PIF leaders meeting to be held in Palau in late August as an opportunity to further enhance our partnership with Vanuatu and the other Pacific states. At the same time, we are preparing to provide a substantive contribution in the historic pre-COP to be held in Fiji Tuvalu in early October, where crucial topics such as keeping the temperature goal of 1.5 degrees within reach, enhancing access to climate finance, and elevating the ocean-based climate action will be discussed.
Ambassador Lerna also thanked Vanuatu for its support of Italy during the election for the United Nations Human Rights Council.
I would like to reiterate the gratitude of my government for Vanuatu's support to Italy at the election for the Human Rights Council for the 2026-2028 term.
His Excellency President Nike Foroporafo thanked Italy for its support and commitment to assisting vulnerable countries that are in need.
As a nation on the front line of climate change, Vanuatu looks forward to continuing to work closely with Italy in advocating for stronger global action to address urgent challenges posed by climate change and to build resilience for future generations.
President Foroporafo said he is confident that this appointment will strengthen the friendship and cooperation between the two countries. Anita Cho, VBTC News.
Vanuatu National Hospital is planning to expand several wards and strengthen its human resources to meet the growing number of patients the hospital sees every day. The expansion is part of the Vanuatu National Hospital Master Plan, which addresses major challenges, including space, staffing, and technical capacity at the hospital. Lesson Jack reports.
In an interview, the acting medical superintendent of Vanuatu National Hospital, Robert Fogor, said that Vanuatu's population is growing and the hospital is seeing a significant increase in patient numbers every day. He said that due to this pressure, some hospital wards need expansion and work is currently underway on the hospital's master plan. One of the areas identified as urgent is the maternity ward. The ward has only 28 beds, but in the last month alone, more than 300 mothers came to the hospital to give birth. This pressure has resulted in situations where the hospital has had to place beds on the floor to accommodate the growing number of patients. This week, the new Minister of Health, Robert Pon, who took office just 1 week ago, visited Vanuatu National Hospital. During the visit, Acting Superintendent Robert Fogor guided him through the facility and highlighted the hospital's key challenges. Minister Pon said that the hospital needs upgrading to fulfill its role as Vanuatu's national referral hospital and to meet increasing demand of health services. Hospital officials say that limited space, shortage of technical skills, and insufficient human resources remain among the main challenges that need to be addressed to improve health services in the future. Essential VBTC News.
Vanuatu will host its first ever national summit on border security and preparedness for emerging drug and HIV threats in Port Vila next month. The summit is part of efforts to strengthen the country's response to drug trafficking, transnational crime, and public health risks such as HIV. Jamie Brown reports.
The summit, organized by the Ministry of Internal Affairs, will take place in Port Vila on the 7th and 8th July under the theme Protecting Vanuatu's Borders, Community and Future. The event will bring together government agencies, border and law enforcement authorities, health officials, chiefs, church leaders, youth representatives, civil society groups and regional experts to discuss emerging challenges related to drug trafficking, transnational crime and public health threats. Director General of Internal Affairs Leith Feremaito stated that the summit comes at an important time as Pacific Island countries are facing increasing pressure from drug trafficking and other criminal activities. The first day of the summit will focus on border security, information sharing to help prevent crime and drug trafficking and strengthening national coordination. The second day will focus on community awareness, prevention strategies and public health preparedness. The government says the summit will help strengthen cooperation between agencies and communities while also providing direction for future policies aimed at protecting Vanuatu's people and border. Jamie Brown, VBTC News.
In international news, two powerful earthquakes measuring 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude struck near Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, causing extensive damage and raising fears that many people may have been killed. Al Jazeera reports.
The first foreshock measured a magnitude of 7.2 at a depth of 22 kilometers. The second main shock was much stronger and more shallow, registering 7.5 magnitude at a depth of 10 kilometers. Now, the two earthquakes struck just 39 seconds apart. The U.S. Geological Survey has warned that there could be a high number of casualties and also extensive damage. Let's bring in Teresa Bo, who joins us live from Bogota in neighboring Colombia. Teresa, what can you tell us about these two earthquakes?
Well, certainly there were two earthquakes mostly happening in central Venezuela. One of them was 7.2 in the area of San Felipe, and the second one in Yumare. That's all located in central Venezuela. Apparently it was also felt in some areas here across Colombia. There was a tsunami alert issued shortly after. What we can tell you is the images that we're seeing that are coming out of Venezuela. People terrified at the airport in Maiquetía. People running and trying to hide their children. Lots of destruction inside the airport. Then in the area of Altamira, for example, in Caracas, where several buildings apparently collapsed. That's an area that's filled with restaurants and businesses, among other things. And there was also videos of an area in Maracay also with lots of destruction in those locations. I was just talking to someone in Caracas who was telling me that there could be lots of casualties because mostly this is the time when people go back to their homes. So there could be people trapped under the rubble. However, the government until now has not confirmed exactly what is going on. We do know that the Minister of Interior, Diosdado Cabello, has confirmed that some buildings have collapsed, and they're also asking people to remain outside of their buildings because of the risks that it means of going back inside and back to their homes. Also, lots of people just standing and sitting outside on the streets, afraid to go back inside because there could be aftershocks, and that's why for now they're remaining outside of those buildings.
In sports, Vanuatu beach volleyball players Majibelo Wak and Sherizin Togo, together with national head coach Mila Pata, have just completed the AVC Yunyang Open 2026 last weekend and now preparing for the FIVB Pitch Pro Tour in Hangzhou, China. The team is participating in two competitions taking place in two different cities in China. The first tournament was held in Yunyang from 18 to 21 June, while the second competition in Hangzhou will take place from 25 to 28 June. In the first tournament, Togo and Lawak defeated Singapore in straight sets in their opening match. However, they lost their next pool matches against China and Australia, which resulted in their elimination in the round of 16. The Vanuatu beach volleyball champions prepared for these important tournaments, which are being held in the same country but at different venues. The competition brings together many of the world's top beach volleyball players who are competing for qualification, points and rankings. Although Togo and Lawak lost to China and Australia, they still produced some strong performances and competitive scores during their matches. Following the successful completion of the Yunyang tournament, the pair have already traveled to Hangzhou for the Pitch Pro Tour event. More than 10 countries participated in the Yunyang tournament, including Pacific nations such as Australia, New Zealand and Vanuatu. The main objective of participating in this important tournament is to earn qualification points and improve their chances of securing direct entry to the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. And with sports news, it brings us to the end of today's English news with me, Lodian Welin, wishing you a pleasant weekend.